don't even want to know how y'all got them horses on the 4th floor. Because they ain't coming back down now. The deputies were also telling me that y'all are so dazed and confused from last night, y'all don't even know what year it is. Why y'all laughing? 1970. Have you been drinking already this morning? What is in that bottle? You never seen blue moonshine. Y'all really don't know what year it is? Alright, I guess I'll help you out. Don't worry, you're still 1908. Alright, 1908, it will be all year. My name is Jenny. I'm what's called a prisoner trustee here, so yes, you can trust me. It's literally right there in my title. And I'll be processing y'all through this here St. John's County Jail today. Y'all have heard of Henry Flagler, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. You've been in town longer than 2 seconds. Yeah, he's the man who owns everything here. Came down here in 1888 on his railroad to build the Ponce de Leon Hotel downtown. But that man was way too excited to get that hotel up and going because he kind of overlooked the fact he was building it across the street from the old jail. Didn't want that. You know, there's a huge list of reasons why you just don't want a big fancy hotel across the street from a jail. So he went down to the county, he pulled $10,000 out of his pocket, sets it on the table, says, close the jail down, build me a new one. Do y'all know any politicians? Oh, so you know what happened then, huh? They took up that money so fast. So Mr. Flagler, where do you want it? What do you want it to look like? Says I want the new jail at least 1 mile outside of town. Don't want it looking anything like a jail. I'm paying for it, make it pretty. Y'all ever see a pink jail? Yeah, y'all ever see a jail that has a front porch and rocking chairs? No. No, see folks, they ain't never seen a jail like this one. And this was one of Mr. Flagler's other mistakes. See, now the sheriff's getting all these rich, fancy tourists coming off the railway, banging on this front door, trying to rent out a hotel room. Y'all should see the looks on their faces when the sheriff walks out, usually holding a gun, says all we got here is long-term accommodations. Most folks just don't pack for a 3 to 5 year stay, which I can see y'all ain't packed for. You know, y'all should have thought about that before you got yourselves in so much trouble. I still got to do my job and process y'all through, but can't go in this front door. No, this front door is reserved for civilized, respectable folk. Stories I heard about y'all, that's just not you, is it? It ain't me either, though. See, that's why I'm in stripes. Us prisoners got to go on around back. 2 steps down the end of this porch, darling, if you would like to meet us. That way it might be easier on you, all right? Watch y'all steps coming down. Well, here's the whole jail. Y'all go home. I'm just kidding. Folks, this is what the deputies call the Attitude Adjustment Center. When you do something inside the jail, too unruly, maybe the deputies are just sick of you, bring you out here, throw you in the stocks for a few hours, people come to point, laugh, throw some food at you. This here in the middle is our bird cage. Hi.
Hi.
Get in. Good. She's a little way too excited to see you in here. Folks, this here bird cage is when the stocks are too light on punishment. You could be locked in here a good 24 hours. Didn't know that part, did you?
No.
See, all the deputies are going to do, they're going to take a big old rope, put it through the hole up top, throw it over that tree limb over yonder, hoist you on up a good 20 to 30 feet into the air. Let me tell y'all, folks from all over love to come see a jailbird swing. Don't get any food or water while you're in here. Worst part, though, is when nature comes a-calling. You think the deputies will let you down to answer that call?
No.
No. They figure, letting you do your business up there in the bird cage, whole town to see, it's enough to embarrass anyone into behaving. It's great in thunderstorms, too. That's a real shocking experience. Do you want them out?
Got that. Got that.
No. That was very forceful.
I know.
And she just does not want you out. You might want to have a talk with her, all right? Come on. Are they coming?
I think they're talking.
Already. All right, folks, on this side of the jail, you're going to see glass in the windows. All them fancy curtains. Think they built this for us. No. No, this is where our sheriff lives. Sheriff Charles Joseph Perry lives right here with his wife and his daughter. And if y'all can't already tell by the size of his britches hanging there, oh, he's a big man. Yeah, Sheriff Perry stands at 6'6", and he weighs over 300 pounds. Not a guy you want to mess with. See, he is the single most feared and respected lawman in all of Florida, quite frankly, if not the entire South itself. Now, to prove just how dedicated of a man to his job he is, chooses to live right next door to us prisoners. Ain't that comforting? Because over on that side of the jail is where we stay. Y'all are going to be seeing them iron bars in the windows, but you will not find glass on that side of the jail. This is an open-air jail, which means whatever weather is happening out here, it's happening in there, but not just the weather. Oh no, anything that can get into them iron bars, rats, snakes, spiders, you name it. Guess the good news is we're never lonely in here. Let's head this way. Is she funny?
Yeah.
Did you want to volunteer for this one, sir?
Yes.
Well, that's me.
That's great.
Folks, this here is a hanging jail. So far, we have had 8 documented hangings, but do notice I said the word documented. That tree over there is a hanging tree. That is when Sheriff Perry just don't feel like doing paperwork. Most recent official hanging, a man by the name of Charles Powell, happened at the end of February. He found out that a man was spreading all kinds of nasty rumors about his wife, so he killed him in defense of his wife. But there were a good 300 to 400 people out here. Oh, folks from all over, they love to come watch a hanging. Sheriff Perry will also make each and every one of us prisoners come out to watch them as well. He says it's good for us. Don't agree with that. Deputies go in to get Charlie. Once they got to his cell, they found him fast asleep. Oh, they tried everything they could think of to wake this man up. They threw cold water in his face. A doctor even tried to give him some kind of injection to jolt him awake. Charlie would not wake up. No one knows why. Deputies come out, they tell the sheriff, and Sheriff Perry starts laughing. Says, I ain't got time for that. We are having our hanging. You carry Charlie out here, awake or not. Now the deputies, knowing not to question that man even for a second, they drugged Charlie out of his cell, right through the crowd, up to the top of them gallows. They laid him out. Sheriff Perry said, I'll be right back. He comes back with a nice, thick, sturdy board, straps the board to Charlie's back. See, now they could stand him up. So they stood him up, put the noose around his neck, pulled the lever. He goes right through the trap door just like he's supposed to. Only a second later, the rope broke. See, they didn't take into account the extra weight of the board, made the rope just break. Charlie went rolling into the crowd. People were jumping back and screaming. Oh, it was a mess, y'all. The doctor goes over to check on Charlie. He says Charlie's neck was broke, but Charlie was still breathing. Y'all, I ain't ever seen the sheriff that mad before. He was so mad at me with all these people out here. He wanted his hanging, wanted his show. So he told the deputies, fetch me a second rope, we're hanging him again. Now, fortunately for Charlie, he did manage to breathe his last breath before that second rope could be used on him. Oh, but y'all, it embarrassed our sheriff something awful. If y'all see him inside, don't mention Charlie. He's still real darn touchy about it. Which we are going to head on inside the jail. Ladies, the first section of the jail that we're going to have to walk right on through, well, it's our section. Lady section of the jail. As soon as you enter that door, ladies, have a direct look to your left. Take a gander at your new homes. Then we're all going to keep moving right into a room called maximum security. Now, whoever's the last one into that door, please close it real good behind you. Keeps them rats out, y'all. Take your accommodations, darling. Ladies, y'all like your accommodations? I feel like y'all are lying to me. Like your accommodations, ladies? Oh, good. I love doing that. Excuse me. All right, now, folks, those first 2 cells, unless as y'all came in, y'all did take a look at those, right? Only 2 women's cells in the jail. See, because, well, ladies, normally we don't have a whole lot of women in the jail. I think it's because we got more common sense, personally. But, ladies, see what the judge will usually do. They will send you home under house arrest or to the insane asylum. Oh, because you know when us ladies do something wrong, we're just crazy. And me personally, ladies, I'm very happy to see y'all in here. Y'all know why? It's only been me for a while. Not only is that awfully lonely, but us ladies, we do all the cooking and cleaning. Too much work for one person. I'm real glad to see some new friends to help me out. You men folk, y'all won't be doing any of the cooking or cleaning. Don't for one second think that gets you off the hook, though. No, you men folk will be outside all day working on the chain gang. Gonna work on farms, build roads, dig ditches, things like that. When all us prisoners are done working, see, we all work a minimum of 16 hours a day. We're gonna be hot and tired and dirty and sweaty. We're gonna want a bath. Right. Now the deputies, they do fix us up with a bath. Once a month. You been here before?
Last night, ghost tours.
Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. Once a month, they take a big old wash tub, they put it out back, they fill it with warm, soapy water. And then each of us 72 prisoners take our turns, one at a time, in the same bath water. Ladies, the men go first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, ladies, whatever happened to ladies first? Oh, you men folks smiling, oh my goodness. Ladies, by the time you're number 72, you can't rightfully call that water anymore. It's more of a nasty sludge by then. Honestly, you're better off not taking a bath. Oh, speaking of water, we don't got indoor plumbing. Y'all are gonna find a single bucket on the floor of each and every cell. That is where we do our business. A prisoner trustee will come around every 2 days to empty it out. Ain't there so much to look forward to in here? Well, y'all understand sarcasm? All right, we'll be friends. Room we're in here, maximum security. Now this is where the worst of the worst criminals stay. Murderers, horse thieves, people of that nature. Only men in here. Horse thieving's a hanging crime. Don't get any funny ideas. Whoever said that?
You say in this particular room right here, the big.
Yes, all these 4 cells
all
in here.
of them.
This is all maximum security.
Okay.
These men do not associate with any of the rest of us prisoners. They ain't allowed to. They don't work outside in the chain gang. They actually never leave this area of the jail. Now there's a cell over here on the end. No windows, no light going into it whatsoever. That cell is solitary confinement. That is when the bird cage is too light of a punishment. You could be locked in there anywhere from 1 to 30 days. Depending on what you've done to get in there, but mostly depending on whatever mood the deputies are in that day. Once the iron door closes, pitch black in there, you only get bread and water. And it's the only cell that don't got a bucket. You gotta do your business on the floor, sleep on the floor, all in total darkness. First night you're in there, you're gonna learn which way that floor slopes real quick. Cell over here on the end, right at the window, there's a view of the gallows. That cell there is death row. Men who are sentenced to be hung, that is the cell they stay in. So they can look out the window, think about what's gonna happen, where they might end up, once all's said and done.
You said there was no glass and no windows at the time? Okay.
What do you mean at the time? There's no glass in these windows.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Just making sure. These men also stay in this cell for 1 month. They have 30 days prior to their execution date to build their own gallows. It's kind of like digging your own grave. I have a question for you.
Yep.
Do you like jewelry? Oh, good. You fellas, y'all get some nice complimentary jewelry to go along with your job. Do you know what these are?
Handcuffs?
You ain't never been arrested before, have you? You were lying earlier. Ankle shackles.
Yes.
What? Darling, he's a little too excited.
I see this.
One size fits all. Oh no, the deputies don't care if you fellas have big ankles or small ankles. They make them fit. This here, where the chain goes. You fellas will be chained to a good 20 other men by your ankles while you're working. In addition to that, you get this right here. Now, for whatever reason, most married folk that come in here already know what this is. Ball and chain. It is light right now because it's empty, so the deputies can carry them all out to where you fellas are working. Once they get them out there, they pull this plug in the top, and they're going to fill these all with sand and water. Oh, fellas, this thing will weigh a good 60 pounds by the time it's around your ankle. Really no running off nowhere. Do you still like jewelry? Yes, all right, you're the first. Honey, keep an eye on him, all right? Now, folks, we got this photo on the wall. This here is the only legal photo of a hanging in St. Johns County because it is illegal to take photos of an execution. Now, the man in the middle who is holding the flowers, his name is Sim Jackson. He is the condemned. The tall guy with the hat on, that is our sheriff. Told y'all he's big. Sim Jackson murdered his wife with a straight razor. The neighbors, they heard her screams. They came rushing over to help. He threatened to murder them as well. On his hanging day, there were a couple of doctors that came down from up north. They asked Sim Jackson to help them with an experiment. They wanted him, as soon as he went through the trap, to wiggle his fingers for as long as he could consciously understand their questions while he hung there. Sim Jackson wiggled his fingers for 11 minutes, and that is before he fell unconscious. It was not until an additional 16 minutes after that 11 they pronounced him dead. Any questions? Kind of says enough for it, don't it? Y'all hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang talk always makes me hungry. Maybe I've been in here too long. Well, anyway, let's head to the kitchen. Y'all can see where we do all the cooking.
We went into the Carl's did that. Very well done.
Yeah.
Very well
Yeah.
done.
That's like the highlight.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
Do you remember the name you guys had?
Corey.
Do you remember
Corey.
Corey? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ladies, do you like it? Don't worry, if you don't, you'll get used to it. We spend a lot of time in here. The first thing that we got to do each and every morning, get this wood burn stove going. What state are we in?
Florida.
Florida. Gets real darn hot in Florida, don't it? Ladies, this wood burn stove going, it can get up to 130 degrees in this kitchen. We also have to grind enough coffee, if you want to give it a spin. You're good at it.
Hair grinder.
We have to grind enough coffee beans to make over 300 cups of coffee a day. It's for all us prisoners working. Something about coffee just seems to make us all work longer and harder and faster, so the deputies, they want us to keep it going all day long. Now for breakfast, we are fortunate enough to have two options. Option number 1, grits. Option number 2, no grits. I'd advise taking option number 1, y'all. For lunch and dinner, got some beans. Same menu every day. Think it'll make y'all appreciate the open air jail, if you know what I mean. We do have a garden, so sometimes we do get some greens thrown in here. Or if any of the deputies, usually Deputy Clyde, he's one of the more kind-hearted deputies, sometimes he'll go out and shoot us a possum.
They say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the matter? We can't be picky when it comes to protein. Meat is 10 cents a pound nowadays. Sheriff Perry keeps insisting a whole dime is too much money to spend on prisoners. Y'all get used to that possum meat taste real soon. Tastes just like chicken.
Uh-huh.
It is a little stringy.
Greasy too.
What? Greasy, yeah, it is.
Very good.
Anyway, now you men folk outside working, y'all fellas ain't coming back this way for lunchtime. Need something to keep right in your pocket. Don't worry, this is just a little piece of it. This is what's called a hardtack. Ladies, the recipe for this is flour, salt, water, baked until it's hard. One bite of this, you fellas might just break a tooth on it, right? My suggestion, now when I tell all the new men folk, help y'all out, drop it into your hot coffee and let it soften up. Y'all can enjoy your lunch. You might start to notice little things floating to the top though. See, boll weevils, they love getting that flour, making their little homes, having their little families. Ladies, it is too much work for us to sit there and pick all those little bugs of the flour all day long, right? We gotta bake them right into it. I mean, ladies, we don't eat it. So fellas, just knock them off. Or if you want some extra protein, enjoy some crunchy coffee. Now us ladies, not allowed to have any kind of contact with any of the men folk in here. You two, there are deputies around. You're going to have to separate, I'm sorry. The way we get the food to them. Fellas in maximum, hole in the wall right over there is called a bean hole. We put the food in there. Deputy on the other side will take it out, distribute it amongst the men in there. You men folk, upstairs we use this, called a dumbwaiter. Some call it a food elevator. Ladies, we put the food on them shelves. We go like this. See, that way the deputies upstairs know when to take a hold of that there rope and bring it up to you fellas up there. And ladies, they will send all the dirty dishes back down with it. I mean, big surprise, right? Y'all know what? Sheriff Perry's upstairs. Do y'all want to sneak into his house?
Yep.
Yeah, get excited. You're criminals. Living the high life.
I like it.
Yeah. The room that's on over there, y'all can see from either side if you so wish. That is what's called the parlor room. Miss Lou, the sheriff's wife, oh, she loves all them modern furnishings. Fancy china on the tables, pictures from all over. See, Sheriff Perry, he is an elected official, so he's always thinking about that next election. They love entertaining folk in here. They'll actually do it a few times a week. Over on my side, sheriff's office area, this here is his pride and joy. Does anyone know what this is? If you want to come closer, I got in trouble for biting you.
Fingerprint?
What?
Fingerprint?
You been here before, sneak around sheriff's house? Uh-huh. It is a fingerprint kit, only 3 in the state of Florida. Sheriff Perry actually got the first one, straight down from New York City. Fingerprinting's only been around for a few years now. Kind of weird to think we all got different fingerprints, huh? Well, I guess you were ahead of the game.
I was.
This here,
Oliver.
Oliver typewriter number 9. Look at you, you're just Mr. Smart Aleck. Now this here is for his deputy's work orders. See, Sheriff Perry, he just can't write clearly. It always looks like chicken scratch or something. Don't tell him I said that. But the deputies, they're always running around trying to figure out what he wants them to do. So he went out, got this fancy new typewriter. See, that way the lettering on their work orders is all nice, clear, spaced out. They can read exactly what he wants. Which, speaking of reading, us prisoners are allowed to send and receive as much mail as we so wish. But Sheriff Perry will sit down and go through all incoming and outgoing messages. You know, to make sure you only got any escape plans going on in those heads of yours. If you do, let me know. We'll help each other out. Sheriff Perry also loves reading these here comment cards that came with y'all's paperwork. Oh, they are prepaid. You can drop them in any mailbox. If you folks had yourselves a wonderful time, you learned something. Hi, I'm Jenny. Put my name on there, might get a few years off my sentence. If y'all were bored out of your minds, thought this was awful, please call me Sally. We'll leave it at that. I do want to show y'all one fine piece of modern technology. Singular line telephone. Only 17 of these in St. Johns County. This here is number 4. The reason, you got to know what number it is. That is the number of rings you're going to get if the call is for you. You got to count them. Hate to be number 17. To make a call, you just lift this part up. You got to listen in first, though, since it is singular line. Someone else might already be on it. So what you should do, be honorable, hang it back up, wait your turn, or you can get all ace gossip in town. Oh, y'all, speaking of gossip, there is this man. Oh, he is the biggest gossip in all of St. Johns County. Sheriff Perry can't stand him. Can't stand him because the gossip always makes its way right back to Sheriff Perry. Because of his wife, Miss Lou. She loves her some good gossip. So if y'all ever have anything you want to get directly to Sheriff Perry in a matter of minutes, you just got to tell this man, if I can remember his name. Oh, his first name is Tripp, last name Advisor. Anything y'all want about Jenny, get directly to the man upstairs, just tell Mr. Tripp my name, all right? And now, folks, we are going to head on up the stairs. The stairs are kind of steep and narrow, so for any kind of reason you would rather go ahead, make a quick escape for it, you can do so out this first big black door on your left. Promise, I won't tell anyone, one prisoner to another. If you would like to follow me up, please watch your steps. Last one out, close the sheriff's door behind you. Y'all, we don't want him knowing we were in here. 2 steps down, sir. Watch your steps coming up, too.
Got it.
All right, folks, this here is the main cell block. Now, this is where all you men folks stay. When y'all get a chance to look at it, on this lever box right here is the logo of the Poly Jail Company. It is the company that built this jail. Not just a pretty name, y'all. The Poly Jail Company are actually the leaders in the jail building industry. They're very serious about building secure jails. The floors in this place are 4 feet thick, solid concrete. The walls and the ceilings are 2 feet thick, solid concrete with iron bar for reinforcement. This jail is impenetrable. No one has ever escaped. The Poly Jail Company actually has plans to use this here jail as a model for when they go over to California, build a new one on some island called Alcatraz. They do figure that we are going to eventually outgrow this jail. See, this entire jail holds 72 prisoners, but they go by no maximum occupancy. Just because you find 4 bunks in these cells does not mean that's how many prisoners are in them cells. It will blow your minds when you see how small these actually are. So with that, they have plans in 1953 to close this jail down and build a bigger one. But until 1953, none of these conditions will ever change. No glass in the windows, no change to the menu, no change to the work duties. The death rate is actually so high in here, the city is making them install indoor plumbing up here in a few years, but that will be the only difference, and only because of the body count. Now this is where I'm going to leave y'all under the watchful eye of Sheriff Perry, because honestly, I don't like being around him. Y'all feel free to go inside the cells, have a look around, plenty of articles and pictures all along the walls. Get yourselves better acquainted with your new lives in this jail. You can also come back up the 2 steps here, head across the hall to have a look at the sheriff and his wife's bedroom, along with their daughter's bedroom. Make sure y'all mind your manners over there, though. You don't want the sheriff thinking you disturbed his family. Now, when y'all go to leave, the only exit door is going to be on this far wall over here. To the right of that door, make sure you get one of these. This here is a pardon card. It is a legal document stating you have, in fact, served your time in this county jail. Deputies catch you without one, they'll probably throw you back in here. Look at me. Any questions?
Great job.
Thank you, folks. Again, my name is Jenny.
Hey guys.